Hello friends, so today we're going to discuss the problem B from the latest Codeforces 665 problem name ternary sequence. So you are given two sequences like the sequence A which consists of A1 till AN numbers and the sequence B which consists of B1 till Bn numbers. Okay, each element of both the sequence is either 0, 1 or 2. Okay, so now the simple terms you are given two sequences and every sequence has number ranging from 0, 1 and 2. The number of the elements of 0, 1 and 2 in sequence A is x1, y1, z1 and the number of elements of 0, 1 and 2 in sequence B is this. So you are given actually the compressed form of the sequence. You are not actually given the whole sequence, you are given a compressed form. Now you have to arrange these elements in A and B such that you have to form a new sequence. The new sequence will be formed among or along to this condition in which if the AI element, so like you will sort them or like you will arrange all the elements according to your convenience such that the ith element after like arranging, if ith element on A sequence is greater than the ith element in B sequence, then you will just multiply AI and BI. This is the ith element of CI. If they are equal, then it's 0, and if AI is smaller than BI, then it is just negative of AI into BI, and this is the new sequence. Now you have to find out the summation of CIs, all the CIs, the new C elements you formed, and you have to find out the maximum possible sum of that. Okay, so this is also a great type of constructive solution. What you can do, you will always try to draw out some test cases. See these test cases, and also as you can see, it is a very large number. You cannot print all the numbers. You can push all the numbers and like do some things because the numbers are very large. You cannot push them and sort them and do something. Okay, so the basic intuition you can come to your mind here is you want that because you want the maximum sum. You want that because this is contributing to the sum. This is not contributing, it is 0. This is also not contributing, it's actually decreasing. So you want that more of this term will increment in which AI becomes greater than BI. The ith element of this should be greater than BI. So let's draw some out. So let's assume that you have x1, x2, x3 and then y1, y2, y3. Okay, so now this is the frequency of 0, 1 and 2. This is the frequency of 0, 1 and 2. This is the Ath sequence, this is the Bth sequence. Okay, now you can understand more with this example. We will first see this example. In this, as you can see, in the first sequence there are 2 number of zeros, 3 number of ones and 2 number of twos, and same for the B. And then what you can do here is, as you can see this example, what you want the maximized sum. So what you will do, you will take in this the 2, you will multiply with 1, or actually first take the 2 and multiply it with 2. Okay, and then and then take the 1 and multiply it with 1. So what you can observe here is you cannot multiply 2 with 2 because the number is same. You can see that you can only multiply if AI is greater than BI. If both are same, the answer is 0. Okay, so that's what you can see. This is the CI part when you have arranged, but what you can see here is you can sort them out. If you sort them out, or actually you should not sort them out because sorting is not the perfect answer for this, but what you can do, the first intuition which come to your mind is you have to maximize pairing of 2, or actually let's see with example 2. Okay, if 2 is taken with this number, if you take these 2 of this sequence and 2 of this sequence, it will cancel out, it will give 0. Okay, if you take 2 of this sequence and 1 of this sequence, one's number of this sequence, then only you can multiply them. Why? Because AI is greater than BI, then only you can multiply, as you can see, and this is positive. And if you take some 2's and multiply with this 0, then also it is not contributing to anything. Only this number is contributing something to our total answer. Okay, now take this is 1. This will contribute to nothing. If you multiply this and this numbers, this will contribute to nothing because actually 1 multiplied with 0 is 0. So actually this is not contributing to some summation. And if you take this and this, then this AI is smaller than BI. So this connection is actually reducing our total sum. So this is not a good connection. This connection is not good. And if you take this, this, because this is 0, if you multiply it with any number, then it will become 0. So as you can see, this connection is bad and only this connection is good. You have to maximize this connection and minimize this connection, else every connection is 0. Now you can understand the question. So what you can do, you can first try to maximize this connection. So how you can maximize this connection? You find out the minimum of this and this number, and then what you can do, if you find out the minimum of this number, that's the minimum frequency of this number and this number, you will take all of the both numbers, which is the minimum of both of these numbers, and multiply those numbers, and the total multiplication sum, or it will be 2 into 1, which is 2, into the minimum of both of them, minimum of x3 and y2. So that's the first condition. Now we want to minimize this. I have used some amount of this. Maybe after using this will become 0, which means that maybe let's assume that the frequency of 2 is 3 and this is 5. So like minimum of this is 3. So I have used 3 2's from this sequence and 3 1's from this sequence, and after using that, this will become 0 and this will become 2. This will happen, but it can also happen that this is 5 and this is 3. So like this will become 0 and this will have remaining some elements. Okay, so there can be anything, but what we want here is, we want that this connection is minimized. So how can we minimize this connection? If we pair this element which is remaining in this, maybe remaining or not, and also this element, if we pair all these elements with this and try to satisfy the need of this element, after doing this, what we can do, we will pair these elements and this element with this as maximum as possible. If we can pair all these numbers and this got cancelled out, this will become 0. We can maximally like pair all these numbers with this, then it's good, because we are pairing up and then it will become 0. This number can become 0 and then all the rest numbers will become 0 and they will not contribute anything, and the answer is this. But even after pushing all the numbers with this and this, the remaining number which will be left will be used to pair this up, and then like it can give some negative numbers, it can give some negative weight, and that's the logic for this question. Let's move on to the code part to make it more clear. So as you can see, we have made two vectors a and b, insert the elements, total is a total 0. Then we will find out the minimum of a2 and b1. That's what I've done. This is a2 and b1. I have found out the minimum of them, and then total is just 2 into the minimum of them. We will add it to this, and then we will decrease the minimum amount in those a2 and b1. That's what I've done here. First find out the minimum of them and then reduce minimum among both of them numbers, and total will increment by this number. Okay, then what we will do here is, we have to find out the next maximum value. Maximum is some variable in which what will I see here is how much I will satisfy b2. b2 is this number, which is like b and 2. b2 how can satisfy? How we will satisfy? We will satisfy this with this variable and this variable. This variable is like a2 and a1. So that's what we will do. We will satisfy this with b2 and a2. So sorry, a2 and a1 or a0. So we will minus them, and we will also maximize with this with 0, such that if this number will become some greater number such that we cannot even satisfy this with these two numbers, then this maximum will decrement our answer. If this will become 0, then like we have satisfied the like need of b2, and that's good. We don't have to, maximum will become 0 and it will not decrement. But even if after satisfying this number some number will remain, then we have to decrement this with total, and then the total is after like this answer, after doing these two operations. I hope you understand the logic as well as the question. If you still have any single doubt, please mention on the comment box. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Keep coding. Bye.